Imagine being the kid who sits at the edge of the playground, lost in thought, while everyone else is running in circles trying to fit in. If you've ever felt out of place, like the world around you doesn't quite resonate with who you are, you might already relate to the unique struggles of a Sigma male during childhood. Unlike most kids, Sigma males don't naturally gravitate toward cliques, trends, or the need to be the center of attention. They're wired differently, introspective, independent, and hyper-aware of the world around them. But this uniqueness doesn't come without challenges. Childhood is often a battleground for these lone wolves, where their misunderstood nature clashes with society's push for conformity. From being labeled weird or aloof to navigating isolation, judgment, and a world that demands fitting in, the struggles faced by Sigma males as children shape the unshakable resilience and independence they carry into adulthood. In this video, we'll uncover the defining struggles of Sigma males during their early years and how these experiences mold them into the self-reliant, enigmatic individuals they become. Let's move on. Struggle 1. Being misunderstood by peers and adults. From an early age, Sigma males often feel like they're speaking a different language from the people around them. While most children follow the pack, eager to fit in and earn approval, Sigmas naturally march to the beat of their own drum. Their independent, introspective nature sets them apart, but it also makes them a target for misunderstanding. Picture a young Sigma, quietly lost in a book during recess, or building intricate models while his classmates play noisy games. His peers might label him weird or aloof, simply because his interests don't align with theirs. Adults, on the other hand, might mistake his independence for defiance or arrogance, thinking he's intentionally withdrawing when, in reality, he's just content being on his own. This misunderstanding often extends to the classroom, where Sigma males face unique challenges. They don't seek validation from teachers or classmates, preferring to learn for the sake of curiosity rather than recognition. While other kids eagerly raise their hands to answer questions and gain approval, a Sigma is more likely to stay quiet, observing and processing instead. This can make them appear disengaged or disinterested, leading to frustration from teachers who don't understand their self-directed learning style. These early experiences of being misunderstood teach Sigma males a valuable lesson. The world won't always get you, and that's okay. Instead of bending themselves to fit others' expectations, they double down on their individuality, developing a quiet confidence that will carry them through life. What might seem like a struggle during childhood becomes one of their greatest strengths as adults. An unshakable sense of self that doesn't rely on external validation. Struggle 2. Feeling isolated in a crowd. For Sigma males, isolation isn't just a physical state, it's an emotional one. Even when surrounded by friends, family, or classmates, they often feel like outsiders. This sense of disconnect doesn't stem from a lack of social skills or a dislike for others. Rather, it's a reflection of their unique worldview. Unlike most children, who are content with surface-level interactions, Sigma males crave depth and meaning. They're the kids who ask profound questions. Why do people act this way? Or what's the point of this? In a world that often rewards conformity and superficiality, this thirst for understanding can leave them feeling out of place among their peers, who might be more focused on fitting in or having fun. Imagine a group of kids chatting about their favorite cartoons or the latest schoolyard drama, while the young Sigma's mind is occupied with bigger thoughts, like how people's actions reveal their true nature or why society operates the way it does. This disconnect creates an invisible barrier between him and those around him, leaving him feeling isolated even in the busiest of rooms. While this isolation can be painful, it also serves an important purpose. It forces the Sigma to develop a rich inner world, filled with imagination, introspection, and self-discovery. Over time, this becomes a source of strength, enabling him to navigate life with a sense of clarity and purpose that few others possess. Struggle 3. Rejecting authority without being rebellious. Sigma males possess a unique relationship with authority. They don't inherently defy it, but they won't blindly follow it either. From a young age, they develop an inner compass that guides their decisions. If a rule aligns with their values or makes logical sense, they'll follow it without hesitation. But if it feels arbitrary, unfair, or inconsistent, they quietly choose to disregard it. Picture a young Sigma male in a classroom where the teacher enforces strict rules, such as no speaking unless called upon. While other kids might rebel loudly, the Sigma takes a different approach. He observes, assesses, and decides internally whether the rule deserves his respect. If he finds it unreasonable, he won't cause a scene. He'll simply disengage, doing the bare minimum to avoid trouble while keeping his focus on what truly matters to him. This quiet resistance often goes unnoticed by authority figures, which is both a strength and a challenge. On one hand, it allows Sigmas to avoid unnecessary conflicts, preserving their independence without drawing attention to themselves. On the other hand, it can lead to misunderstandings. Teachers and parents might label them as unmotivated or uninterested, failing to recognize that the Sigma is simply selective about where he invests his energy. This struggle teaches Sigma males an essential lesson early in life. Authority is not inherently right. They learn to evaluate rules, leaders, and systems critically, refusing to conform just for the sake of compliance. This mindset sets the stage for their later success as they become adults who think independently and challenge the status quo in thoughtful, effective ways. Struggle 4. Struggling with small talk and superficial connections. From an early age, Sigma males are wired for depth in their interactions. They're not interested in the surface-level chatter that dominates most childhood conversations. While other kids might bond over the latest cartoon or playground gossip, the young Sigma craves meaningful dialogue. He's the kid who wants to discuss why people act the way they do or what lies beyond the stars, while his peers are busy debating which superhero is cooler. This natural aversion to small talk creates a unique challenge for Sigma males. Socializing can feel like walking through a minefield of shallow interactions. While they might engage out of politeness, they rarely find fulfillment in these exchanges. This disconnect often leaves them feeling isolated, reinforcing their preference for solitude. Imagine a young Sigma at a birthday party. While others are laughing and joking, he's quietly observing, analyzing the group dynamics, and pondering deeper questions about human behavior. To the outside world, he might seem distant or uninterested, but in reality, his mind is simply operating on a different wavelength. This struggle teaches Sigma males an important lesson: quality over quantity. They learn early on that it's better to have one genuine connection than 100 superficial ones. While this might make childhood lonely at times, it also sets the stage for more meaningful relationships later in life. Struggle 5. Being seen as too serious. One of the most common labels attached to Sigma males during childhood is that they're too serious. While other kids are carefree and playful, Sigma males tend to approach life with a thoughtful, introspective demeanor. This seriousness isn't a choice, it's simply how they're wired. They're deeply curious about the world and often spend more time observing and reflecting than engaging in lighthearted activities. Imagine a young Sigma in a group of kids playing tag. While the others are running and laughing, he's sitting under a tree, watching the game unfold. To him, the dynamics of the game, who's chasing whom, why certain kids stick together, are far more interesting than the game itself. But to the outside world, this introspection might look like disinterest or even sadness. This perception of being too serious often leads to frustration. Sigma males might hear comments like, "Why don't you smile more?" or "Lighten up, you're just a kid." These remarks can make them feel misunderstood, as their seriousness isn't a lack of joy. It's a reflection of their deep engagement with the world around them. Over time, this struggle becomes a source of strength. The same seriousness that once set them apart in childhood helps them excel as adults, enabling them to think critically, solve problems, and navigate complex situations with ease. They learn to embrace their introspective nature, recognizing it as a gift rather than a flaw. If you've resonated with these struggles, know that you're not alone. You're part of a rare breed that values authenticity over approval and depth over superficiality. These traits might make the journey tougher at times, but they're also what make your story so remarkable. If you're inspired to learn more about the Sigma mindset and how it translates into adulthood, stick around. We've got plenty of eye-opening insights and powerful truths coming your way. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join this growing community of independent thinkers. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.